So, Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 4. Best Premier League performance for Arsenal of the season. Bukayo Saka gifting out more freebies than Marcus Rashford. Yeah, man of the match for me, just for giving pity penalties away when he could have had a hat-trick. Looked like he got mad injured as well. Again, Kai Havertz scored his first goal. We're all in the mud, Brandon. We're in the mud. He scored his first goal since March the 18th in the Premier League. 4th Premier League goal this year since January the 1st. But we're in the mud. But all jokes aside, I thought everyone played all right today. Yeah, there were shaky moments. I thought Ben White was shocking for half an hour. Took his goal well, and I thought he was better and better the longer the game went. Zinchenko, again, I thought he played all right today. Smith Rowe when he came on. Should have scored twice. Jesus. Saka, everyone. Declan Rice, again, he is a shout for man of the match. Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba. Good performers all around the pitch. And when you can pick 4, 5, 6 man of the matches, you know you've had a good game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing it already, Lee. You know, obviously that cooped alongside the Man City result today. Arsenal fans are all of a sudden got the magic sock out again. They're getting excited.
Is yours
brilliant.
gold?
It's great. You know, everybody's looking forward to playing them next week. I don't know about that because that will go one of two ways. Either Man City are losing confidence a little bit because they've just, you know, lost 2 games on the bounce, or we're going to get piped because they lost that game today. So, yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about that. Like you said, I think it's definitely our best performance of the Premier League. I'm glad you didn't say of the entire season because I think we performed a lot better against PSV than what we did today. We still lack a bit of fluidity, though, is what I would say. Of course, we scored 4 goals today. It tells a different story when you read it, you know, on the scoreline to what you see on the pitch, because I think we was very clinical today. I think Bournemouth are just poor, man. They're so poor. And we limited them to absolutely nothing. You know, they didn't really have a sniff at all today. Didn't really create anything that was like worrying. Not at no point in that game did I think, oh, you know, Bournemouth are going to score here. So yeah, it was a very controlled, decent performance. Like you say, Saka gave away 2 penalties when he could have had a hat-trick. Scored the opening goal, tapping, right place, right time. That's all you can ask for, you know. And then, of course, the 2 penalties, Odegaard slots it away really nicely. And then Kai Havertz, he's paying back that 65 mil, Lee. Yeah.
He's misunderstood, Brandon. He was misunderstood.
Yeah, he's misunderstood. We just got to put him on penalties week in, week out. That's it. You know, that's how he pays back his 65 mil.
Very quickly, yeah. I've not asked this to anyone on a fan cam yet. But do you remember when Aubameyang gave Lacazette a penalty and there was this hoo-ha and it was all up in the air and everyone was going mad? Why is he giving him the penalty? Yeah, because he was low on confidence, Lacazette. He'd gone like 12 games or something without a goal. And Aubameyang gave him the penalty and everyone was going nuts. Yeah. Why is nobody going nuts over Saka giving away 2 in one game? Just saying.
Because they've all backed them. They've all put themselves behind this let's back Kai Havertz, you know, kind of thing. So to suit their narrative, they've got to allow, you know, him to score a goal because it boosts his confidence, Lee. We're going to see much better performances from Kai Havertz from here on out because he's scored today. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see. But yeah, the 2 penalties were slotted away really nicely. Of course, Ben
both
White
nailed on as well. They were penalties.
Yeah, they were penalties. But I am a realist, as people know. Make sure you come and follow me on my channel. Yeah. I'm not happy with the manager, Lee. Not one little bit. And people are looking at me like, why? And I'm like, well, let's go through it, shall we? So he comes out in a press conference and tells us all that 6 players haven't trained since the North London derby. And their first training session was yesterday. One of them players was Bukayo Saka. Yeah. One of them players in Bukayo Saka hasn't looked fit all season. He's looked very much off the pace. He hasn't looked the same player that we see last season. He looks a little bit burnt out. Cool. So we play Brentford on Wednesday. Reece Nelson scores. Excellent. We start the game today and Bukayo Saka's playing, and I'm thinking, wow, of course, as a player, you want to play every single game, whether you're 90% fit, 100% fit or not. But sometimes it's down to the manager and the medical team to take that decision away from the player. Yeah. The fact that he had one training session and he started today worried me. But then when I see, that he scored, he was giving away penalties and stuff. He had a pretty decent performance. I thought, cool.
Yeah, he looked lively. Yeah.
I thought, cool. Yeah. But the moment that we go 3-0 up or even 2-0 up and it's comfortable, we're cruising. Yeah. There's no need for Bukayo Saka to be on that pitch any longer. He is arguably our best player. And he's a player that we need to protect from now on. So I'm thinking, make some substitutions, Mikel. And I watch him, I'm watching Reece Nelson warm up. I'm watching Tomiyasu warm up. And I'm thinking, cool, he's bringing off Bukayo. Well done. Finally, you're protecting your players. Because this guy, right, I have a big problem with this guy in particular. Because last season, he wanted to whinge and complain in his press conferences about referees not protecting Bukayo Saka enough when bad challenges are going in and when there's a few sticky challenges. Protect your own player, mate. Yeah? He's not fit. It's clear to see. He's trained once, right? Bring him off the pitch. And then the substitution board goes up and I'm seeing number 14, Eddie Nketiah. And I'm seeing Zinchenko coming off the pitch. And I'm like, wow, you're keeping Bukayo Saka on. Yeah. Really? And then literally 10 minutes later, he's limping off the pitch. He's forced off the pitch.
Do you know what's crazy about that? Right, is he was down for ages. The physio comes on, talking away, waffling away, yeah, like this, right? They then make a sub before we sub him. And he's literally limping on his left foot, right? They then whip a ball in the box. He couldn't get near the guy because he was... And then we take him off. And it's like, I agree, yeah? Like 2-0, half-time, take him off, bring Reece on, bring Trossard on, bring whoever on. You could put Vieira on the right side, yeah? You could put Jesus on the right side, keep Eddie on, and bring on Trossard on the left.
This is the point, though, Lee, right? We have options, yeah? We have options. And I said this on Terry's channel as well. And I've got Arsenal fans looking at me like I'm some ghost or something, yeah? He gave Reece Nelson 100 grand a week. He gave him a brand new, fresh contract. He's just scored a goal against Brentford. It's Bournemouth. Yeah, it's not Man City. It's not Real Madrid. It's not Liverpool. It's Bournemouth. We beat them at their ground every single year. We beat them 3-0 last year.
They ain't won a game this season in the league.
Yeah, and it's a comfortable game to play. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, cool, we've got players that are not 100% fit. Is there really any need to risk them? Probably not. It's only Bournemouth, right? It's only Bournemouth. Cool. You play Declan Rice. That's fine. Obviously, his injury is not as severe. You play William Saliba. Cool. But Bukayo Saka, like I said, we know that this guy's not 100% fit. We know he's been flogged to death for the last 3 years. It's time to protect your player, mate. Yeah? Protect your player. Stop whinging about referees protecting the player. Do your job as a manager and protect your player. And if it comes out now, right, because I haven't actually seen what he said in the press conference. If it comes out now, for example, that Bukayo Saka is going to be out for the next 2 months, then what? Then what? Yeah? And this is what frustrates me because today there was absolutely no need to play Bukayo Saka today. We could have played Reece Nelson. Yeah, we could have played Reece Nelson. There's no excuse for it, right? But if you're going to start Bukayo Saka like you did today, please protect your player. When you can see the way that the game is going, we're comfortable. It's 2-0. Bournemouth haven't created shit. They're not going to score. Yeah, it's quite comfortable and obvious to see from a fan's perspective. So it must be from a manager's perspective. So bring him off. Bring him off and protect him. We've got bigger and better tests coming up. We've got Lons in the Champions League midweek. And then we've got to play Man City. And we have to beat Man City. I don't care what anybody says. It's time now to turn the tide. Man City have got players out. They've got no Rodri. Yeah, they've got a lot of things going against them that we can use to our advantage. So save these players that are important to us for big tests like that. And instead, What we've done is we've left it too long again.
Yeah,
And yeah, it looks like he's going to be injured. Do you know what I
it
mean?
does. It does. It does. And I was crying out for Odegaard to come off, like get Saliba off. Like he took Zinchenko off. He took Havertz off. That's a game where you keep Havertz on. Yeah. And it's like he scored, his confidence is flowing, keep him on. But he wanted him to get the standing ovation, the crowd adulation, and all that. And it's like, bro, just keep him on. Yeah, just keep him on. Yeah, take Odegaard off because Odegaard's more important than Havertz will ever be. Like, let's just be real with it. Or take Saliba off, he's more important. But
Yeah,
so it is what it is.
The Zinchenko one doesn't really bother me because he's a player who's very injury prone anyway. So if you get an opportunity to bring him off, fine, fair play, because you know we could do without him getting injured as well because we're very limited in terms of what we've actually got in defensive cover. So the Zinchenko one's fine. And the Eddie Nketiah one didn't really make much sense to me. I know he's played 100 minutes against Spurs and he played most of the game against Brentford. But this is a guy that was complaining last season because he weren't getting opportunities. You was complaining because you weren't giving him the opportunities that you thought he deserved. So keep him on. Keep him. We're cruising. Keep him on. Yeah. That's the only thing that's frustrating me about today.
Yeah, and we had chances in that last 15 minutes. They opened up big time. Smith Rowe could have scored twice. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, listen, man. Big up to you, my guy. Always. True Gunners TV. I'll link the right one this time. Yeah, be in the title, people. Let the people know what you got coming up, bro.
Yeah, so plenty of Arsenal content. We've got plenty of games going. So there'll be, match previews for the Lons game, the Man City game, match reactions, all of that, guys. Make sure you come over, subscribe. We're on our way to 3K, by the way, on our way to 3K, and we're heading there pretty quickly. So yeah, more realists that come over, the better.
There you go. And we're out of here. Adios, amigos.